Okay.
Welcome to the podcast. It's two podcasts. The acronym standing for "Is it important to you?" If it is, there's no judgment. If it isn't, there's no judgment. We can express how we feel respectfully with each other in the comments. So we just want to cover really quick. I was looking at a story. I was in Reddit. You know, I'm subscribed to the True Crime Forum, and I seen a female counselor. She was on a run for almost 9 years for allegedly abusing one of her students or a child she would visit to counseling, an 11-year old. She was 25 at the time because she's 34 now. And she was arrested in Mexico. She was on the top 10 fugitive list.
Hmm.
What do you think about this counselor, Ileana Rodriguez, 25 at the time, sleeping with an 11-year-old girl or sexually abusing an 11-year-old?
Do you know how young 11 is?
Who you telling?
16, I would have seen it as intercourse.
And some
16,
states 16 is consent, the age of consent.
well, still, I'm saying just
Mhm,
on a personal level, like
mhm,
16, I would have
mhm,
seen it as okay, they agreed to do this. You're still wrong because she's
mhm,
young.
mhm.
11, do you know how young 11 is? I don't
It's
like
it's 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 sickening to
11 is like you, there's no doubt in my mind you forced her to do that. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm
and
sorry.
what make it so bad, she was a counselor for this child is what make it these people are slowly
Mhm.
ruining reputations for people. Like people are not going to trust therapists, they're not going to trust counselors, they're not going to trust teachers because these people in these positions are taking advantage of our children. An 11-year-old?
There's no doubt in my mind you forced her to do that. And she studied this girl family dynamics. She had to.
I think so too.
She had to.
And do you know how old Ileana was when this child was born? She was 13 going on 14. Why? You understand what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense for Miss
Every
Ileana
time, every
Rodriguez to do
time
this.
I notice every time it's a story like this, people always trace back to what could have been in the past. Like, you would have been 20 when she was newborn. Like,
I always
people
do it.
always trace back to it doesn't even matter. Like,
But that's how I'm looking at the
that's
situation.
I notice people do
Would you
that. I
would you
notice
have
people do
done this if this baby was just born and you was 14?
I know you people are trying to say like, okay, this is a newborn and look how old you are.
Yes.
Imagine that.
And she went on a run for 9 years. And they caught up to her in Mexico. And they actually saying too that they're charging her with kidnapping another 12-year-old and holding him against his or her will.
Well, I was gonna say for sure though, this is not the first time she's done this.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably been doing this. You don't know. She probably been doing this. If she got siblings, she probably done did it to her siblings. She probably done did it to a cousin. She probably done did it to so many other people close to her in her past. She been nasty. She started off nasty already. This just now it just so happened to be out.
And what I'm reading too is they had up posters of her, and actually somebody called her in. But if they wouldn't have offered the $10,000, she probably would still be on the loose doing this to other children. And you know what I want to say? I'm really tired of women not being held accountable because we hold men accountable for these type of crimes. Women, there's something sick going on seeing
What
how
I
many
hate
women
so much,
women are doing these types of crimes.
you know what make me sick too? Sick to my stomach. They still sparing. Why? It's not even a why. Why would? Well, it is why. It makes no sense to me for them to put engaged with an 11-year-old. But if
Mm-hmm.
it was a black lady or a
Alex,
black
why
woman,
you always bringing up
I
race,
say
man?
I
Come on,
don't
man. And
care.
no, no,
It
that's
is.
that's not
I,
true. That's
I
not true.
promise you, if it was a black woman, they would have put uh this whatever her name is molested, or they would have put it such a harsh way, not engaged. They wouldn't have said it like that. I know they wouldn't have. I'm sorry.
And another thing, this now that you said, remember you said you think something was wrong with the family, or she had some type of things going on. The child had some type of things going on in the family. This lady was a mental health professional, so she will work with mentally um
Challenge.
challenged. Yeah, so that is true. So she will you these kids you are counseling are already vulnerable. That's why I say some people take these occupations just
For
to do
granted.
the sick, just to do the sick and sadistic stuff that they want to do to people. They take jobs as teachers, pastors, youth counselors, soccer coaches to have access to people that are more vulnerable. And it's just really sad. An 11-year-old is so young, like an 11-year-old, like they a lot of 11-year-olds not even
So
watching.
what do you see if you were the blogger? Do you see it as engaged, or you see
No,
it
I
as
don't
something
see it
more
as
harsh?
age. I see it as an abuse.
So
But
why did they not put abused,
Ellie,
sexually abused? It don't make sense.
Ellie, I'm not the writer of this. I'm not the writer of this. You got the let me see who wrote this. You got to reach out to these people who wrote this. Whoever wrote this article, let me see the author. Reach out to him and ask him, sir, why did you put Eliana Rodriguez engaged instead of
Okay, no.
abused?
They
That's
put
all you got to do
they
is
no 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 no.
email the author of
They put allegedly abusing.
I understand what you're saying, but you asking me a question that only the
Then they
author of
put
this passage.
engaged. Like I said, I don't mean to bring it up again. Let it would have been someone else, slightly something else. It would have been hardcore, on the run, sexually abused. No, allegedly.
And you know, this lady looked like she will not even harm. She looked like somebody you can trust with your baby. But guess what? You can't trust her with your baby. I'm sorry to tell you. Your
I don't. She
newborn
looked.
baby, your
She.
infant, your toddler, don't leave them around Ileana Rodriguez. I'm telling you right now, Allie. She look like she can be trusted. And it's sad because I would trust this lady.
Her name even sounds like a good Ileana.
Like a
Like,
good name, man. That's crazy. You doing this to kids. But let us know what you guys think about this story. She was Iris Ileana Rodriguez, a mental health counselor for children, ended up abusing a 11-year-old, then been accused of harboring or kidnapping a 12-year-old. She was on the 10 most wanted fugitive list in Texas. They found her in Mexico and arrested her. Leave your comments respectfully and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And thank you guys for listening.